Good afternoon, investor and corporate. Welcome to SET Digital Roadshow Year's End 2023 Performance Review. This session will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Company will start the session by 30-minute presentation, followed by 50-minute Q&A. During Q&A, investor may leave your questions in meeting room chat box or use raise your hand function. We will open your microphone so you can ask the questions to the company directly. May I now invite SCGJWD Logistics Public Company Limited to start the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stock Exchange Thailand, and good afternoon, all the interested party, investors, shareholders, analysts, and everyone. We meet again on a digital roadshow for the year end of 2023 for SCGJWD Logistics. We have around 30 minutes for our session regarding the slides that we have prepared, and we will have around 15 minutes for Q&A. So if you have any question during my presentation, please feel free to leave your question in the chat box, or we can discuss after the presentation is done. Let me start sharing the slide for you. Okay. I think it's on the screen now. Yeah. So we will talk about the company's performance for year 2023 of SCGJWD. It's been quite a challenging year for us because, as you may know, it was the first year that we merged together between the two logistic company, namely SCG Logistics and JWD Info Logistics. So we have a new name now, SCGJWD Logistics, which is also listed under Stock Exchange of Thailand. The new company structure is as shown on the screen. As you may see, we have a major shareholders from SCG Group for holding around 43%. We also have majority shareholders from individuals, families, comprise around 35%, and the rest are held by other investors like local retail institution and the free float, so on. Okay, the set symbol for our company is SJWD, and we've been recognized in terms of many of the index, and including we have been awarded 5-star CG rating and AA in terms of ESG rating from Stock Exchange last year. We aim to improve our performance further this year to make sure that we can develop our sustainability in terms of building the confidence for all the stakeholders with the company. We also have been regularly trying to expand our business scope to all the countries around ASEAN plus Southern China, and we have quite a comprehensive range of service as shown on the screen. Right now, we divided our main business structure into two core parts. Firstly, are the revenue that contributed from logistics and supply chain, which is actually the main revenue of the company. It's comprised around 85% of the total revenue of the group. Within the logistics and supply chain itself, we further divided into 4 subcategories, namely the warehouse and yard management, transportation and distribution, other logistics services, and also overseas operations. We also have other business that contribute around 15% of our revenue, comprising of the food supply chain, property development, IT solution, SCG JWD Academy, Logistics School. Also, we have a sourcing business and some of the investment as well. In terms of the year 23, it's been quite a challenging year both for the industry in Thailand and for the company itself. Fortunately, we've been performing quite well in terms of many of the industry that we are covering, especially in terms of automotive industry, which been growing quite significantly last year due to the rising demand of the EV car that been imported from China. and we've been awarded many projects from the EV car brand from China, especially BYD, which we do 100% logistic for them at the moment. We are also covering many other brands, both EV car import and also internal combustion engine, either import car or domestically produced in Thailand as well. The last year, year-on-year growth on automotive business has been more than 145%. We also have been experiencing a significant growth on other business as well. For example, the cold chain business, which is one of our important business pillar, has also grown 15.5% year-on-year. This may seem not as significant as automotive, but this actually due to the fact that the first half of last year, we experienced the phenomenon that called the El Nino, which caused the fishing or amount of fish in the market to reduce down because the fishing volume has been reduced dramatically due to this phenomenon that caused the tuna fish and the seafood price to rise a lot during the first half of last year, and the inventory or stock level has been diminishing during that period. But the business keeping up during the second half of the year, everything seems to recover very well, and we've been growing in the Q3 and Q4. So at the end of the year, in total, we still grow year-on-year comparing to year 22. Another business that's been quite interesting is the transportation, which after merging with SCG Logistics, SCGJWD has been growing in terms of the number of trips and transportation of more than 369% in terms of revenue growth. And in total, the operating result in year 23, we had the total revenue of almost 24 billion baht with a net profit of around 761 million baht, which is a significant growth year-on-year comparing to last year that we have performed. In terms of the revenue contribution from each particular business is as shown on the screen. Logistics and supply chain contribute around 85%, other business around 15%, and the subcategory is also shown on this page. Further dig down into each of the subcategory of logistics and supply chain, you see that each of the category are further subdivided into each particular service, and you can see the percentage contribution of revenue from each of these particular business unit, which we will give you much more detail in the last section of the presentation about the financial performance. If we focus on Q4 separately, you see that in Q4 we had achieved a revenue of around 6.4 billion baht and net profit of 260.8 million baht, which also quite a good growth comparing to last quarter. Q-on-Q growth of net profit is more than 86%. And again, it's been contributed from many of the major business that we have, for example, automotive, cold chain, cross-border transportation, self-storage, food supply chain sourcing, for example. This page is to recap about the highlight of our activity last year, despite the fact that last year was a year of integration of SCGJWD. We've been doing a lot behind the scene in our house in terms of integration of the people, culture, organization structure, system, and all the process. But at the same time, we are still giving a very much priority on business development to grow SCGJWD according to the plan that we have promised to the investor. And in year 23, we've been developing quite a number of projects, and some of them will also be continue into this year as well. We have been expanding cold chain at 2 new locations last year, which amounted to the total new area of more than 30,000 square meters. Our automotive business has been acquiring a lot of new customers, especially the EV car imports, and we have performed a new high in terms of revenue and profitability last year. And we had achieved only from automotive business itself more than 1 billion baht of revenue last year. We have also developed our self-storage business and rebrand into the new brand called Me Space last year, and right now we have around 10 branches of operation throughout Thailand. We also developed the industrial asset under the name of Alpha, the joint venture between us and Origin Properties. And right now, the complete area for service and also the backlog under construction in total around more than 500,000 square meters, which is quite significant development that we have with Alpha last year. We also do a number of investment in terms of M&A. We have been acquiring a freight business called ANI and Sino, which are listed in Stock Exchange of Thailand. We also acquiring a haulage company in Malaysia, which happened continuing from last year and early this year. We have been invested more than 3 billion baht into M&A. So it's been quite an active year for us. We've been doing quite a lot of activities, and we also complete our business merging. We merged the company on 14th of February last year, and we have successfully performed the entire business transfer, meaning that we dissolve SCG Logistics and combine everything into one single company on 1st of October last year. So now we've been one company and been developing quite many activities, and one of the thing that we quite proud of last year is that we have initiated an ESG project called SCG Next Gen Logistic Camps that giving the opportunity for the students in the undergraduate and graduate level in Thailand to join the hackathon and logistic camp, giving them the knowledge and opportunity to express their idea. That has been quite successful, and we will provide this as an annual program this year and next year onward as well. We also, as I mentioned earlier, successfully invest into a major deal called ANI and Swift. ANI is a listed company in Stock Exchange of Thailand, and Swift is a listed company in Stock Exchange in Malaysia. We've been invested quite a significant amount of money into these two companies, and we plan to work together with them to expand our service capability both in Thailand and in ASEAN. Apart from that, we also develop a number of synergy in the group. Right now, we are driving more of the revenue growth, which we will expect to see much more in year 24 in all the angle of our business, including warehouse, transportation, infrastructure, freight forwarding, overseas sourcing business, for example. We are also now developing new capabilities within our group. We are trying to expand or complement the existing capability that we have and trying to tackle new market that we think that are high value and have a lot of opportunity both in Thailand and in overseas. So right now we are working on healthcare, logistics supply chain project, food supply chain project, air freight, and also cross-border transportation. We are also doing a lot of cost saving last year and expect much more this year, both from in terms of cost saving of expense saving of SG&A and also direct cost saving. So last year we achieved the saving of the corporate function of more than 30 million baht, and this year additionally we expect around 80 million baht of saving on top of last year. So we can expect that with this kind of synergy building, we should be able to improve the profitability margin both in terms of gross profit and net profit in year 24. In terms of financing, we are also trying to optimize our financing plans. After the merger, the financial position of the company has been much stronger, and we also been reviewed by Fitch Rating and been upgraded 3 notch from existing rating to right now BBB plus with stable outlook. And we have been reducing our interest rate of the loans quite significantly during last year. All in all, we are trying to follow our business strategy and direction that we aim to become ASEAN top integrated logistics and supply chain service provider. And we are trying to grow our business and have the aim that in year 27, we are trying to reach the market capitalization of 100 billion baht. That is a very ambitious goal, but we believe that there is a way that we can achieve that. And we are working through 5 strategies as shown on this screen. The first is the expansion into the region. Also to building synergy and cross-sell, upsell, increase revenue in the group. Also building more core competency as mentioned in the last page. We are also trying to tackle into new consumer segment. And lastly, we are trying to also grab some new business opportunity that are related to logistics and supply chain as well. We are also developing all the capability through our innovation, R&D, and digitalization team. We also emphasize a lot right now on sustainability, and we will also grow not just from organic or greenfield. We will do a lot of M&A and inorganic growth during these few years' time to reach our target in year 27. Specifically speaking about the project update that happened during the last quarter, we've been developing quite a number of projects. In quarter 4, following into this year, we've been developing new warehouses in Salaburi, a new cold chain. Second phase of Salaburi cold chain warehouse is under construction right now, and we hope that it will be completed within this year and started operation early next year. We are also developing the third phase of SCGJWD cold storage in Rangsit. At the moment, we are also developing an expansion of our document storage called Data Safe Phase 2 in Subintawong, and hope that will be complete by second half of this year as well. Speaking about the development of the properties, Alpha has been our main entity that we use to develop the property for industrial assets, especially general warehouse. We've been working with Alpha both in terms of supporting SCGJWD expansion in terms of warehouse requirement, as well as selling to third-party customer to use Alpha's warehouse. Right now, we have both the completed and under development area of up to around 500,000 square meters, and we aim to achieve the accumulated area of 1 million square meters in year 25. That is our aim. So we've been developing quite a number of projects as shown on this screen. That is both completed and under development right now. And the good news is we are actually setting up the REIT of Alpha, which will help Alpha to further growth with the financial tools from the REIT to reach the 1 million square meters aim in a few years' time. And we have been setting the target that we will try to finish to set up an IPO of the Alpha REIT within second half of this year. We also expand other business such as the self-storage. Last year, we've been rebranding our self-storage from previously known as SJWD storage into Me Space, and we have around 10 branches of operation. The latest branch that we open up is in Me Space Bang Su, Me Space Ratchada, and also we have opened up a new service called luggage storage in central Phuket as well, which has been very well accepted by customer and tourists in Phuket. And we've been looking forward to the expansion of more luggage storage location very soon. We are also focusing on sustainability right now, not just setting the goal on 27 for the market cap or business growth. We also lay out the roadmap to the DJSI, and we hope that we can move toward that direction. At the moment, we've been participate in S&P Global Corporate Sustainability Assessment. Hopefully, we will be able to develop our company toward that goal, and we have an esteemed goal to join the DJSI as well. We are also now installing many IT systems, including ESG data integration, to help us to develop our ESG platform. And we will develop more in terms of the green logistics, which is something that is quite interesting. We are actually not just doing ESG for the sake of sustainability, but we are also trying to develop it as a product solution that will help our customer to do net zero and decarbonization. So that will be one of the key goals and key new revenue driver for SCGJWD in the coming years. Okay, we still have a few time for recapping on the financial performance. I think you can download the slides as well as the English version of the management discussion and analysis on our website and from Stock Exchange website. In there, you will see all the detail of these numbers and all the explanation as well. But for the purpose of this presentation, let me try to just recap some of the important numbers for you. Last year, we closed the year with the revenue of around 24 billion baht. And in Q4, we have around 6.4 billion baht of revenue. Out of that, we have 761.3 million baht of net profit, which is 51% growth from last year. Our gross profit margin of the year stays around 13 to 14%, definitely reduced from last year where we were simply JWD Info Logistics before the merger. But after the merger, the revenue structure changed. We have been receiving much more revenue on transportation from SCG Logistics combining with JWD. The total revenue increased a lot, but the margin reduced down because of transportation margin is much lower than the warehousing. But on the opposite way, we look at the upside that we are able to improve the cost structure. We are trying to build synergy on cost saving, as I mentioned before, and we believe that by doing that, we will gradually improve our gross profit margin as well as the net profit margin to higher level, which will translate to a significant amount of net profit margin in terms of the unit of baht, because we have quite a big chunk of revenue waiting for us to improve the cost efficiency. Let me focusing on some of the important business units that we have. For example, if you look at the warehousing and yard management, general goods warehouse has been performing quite well throughout the year, with the gross profit margin staying somewhere around 20-21%, and the growth of revenue from general warehouse has been quite good. We've been staying at around roughly 90% occupancy the whole year, and we expect the same level of performance with the growth this year because we've been adding up more warehousing space that was developed by Alpha. We receiving 2 new general warehouse in Bang Na in Lam Chabang late last year, and that will add up to our capability to produce more revenue from general warehouse in year 24. General goods terminal, that dangerous goods terminals are performing, I think, as expected. We have stayed roughly around 40% of gross profit margin plus minus, and we have a little bit reduced or decreased on the total revenue of the year. But we expect that this year it should be able to recover and have some growth. We expect a mild growth in terms of dangerous goods terminal, but it will be quite stable, and it's a cash collecting business. So it's been quite a good cash cow for us, and it will stay as a cash cow for the company for a long term. On the other hand, the automotive business has been developing quite significantly last year. It's been growing more than 100% in terms of revenue, and it has break through 1 billion baht revenue last year, which is a new high for the company. And the revenue is still growing from Q3 to Q4, and we see that throughout year 24, we still have a lot of demand from the auto importer, distributor, automaker in Thailand, and we will also capture additional demand from the automaker of EV car that are building the factory to produce the EV car in Thailand right now. Cold storage also growing quite good last year and maintaining a good gross profit margin, especially if you see Q4 comparing to Q3 or early of the year. The GP margin has been improving a lot. The occupancy rate has been improving due to the amount of seafood that is pouring into our storage capacity in Q4, and we expect that throughout this year there should be additional amount of volume from seafood that are coming into our warehouse. So we can expect quite good performance of cold storage throughout year 24, not less than what we have in Q4 last year. Transportation, on the other hand, in Q4, not so much excitement in terms of the revenue itself, are staying quite stable, both in terms of the B2B business and consumer business transport. On the other hand, the cross-border and multimodal seems to having a good momentum due to the increase of the volume of some of the construction material and coal transportation. We also see the result that has happening early this year. The construction, gypsum, cement, coal volume has been increasing. So we expect that cross-border and multimodal will gradually improve its performance every quarter starting from Q1 this year. Other logistics services, including relocation, self-storage, document storage, and logistic infrastructure, are not that much in terms of the contribution to the total revenue of the group, but you can see much more detail from our MD&A document, which I think I would encourage you to look at it, and maybe if you have any question, can reach out to our IR team to give you more detail or more insight into each of these business as well. The freight business is one interesting aspect of SCGJWD because we used to focus a lot on the sea freight because we have a lot of the bulk cargo or construction material, heavy cargo that need to do the sea freight. But right now, after the acquisition of ANI, we will focus more on air freight. We will touch more on the air freight customer and we're trying to capture them into using our air freighting service as well as other additional service within the group. So we believe that by cooperation with ANI, we should be able to build much more synergy in terms of air freight, which we didn't have before. In terms of overseas, we be seeing quite mild development in terms of revenue growth in Q4. But in terms of the equity income, that actually mostly came from overseas because just to give you additional information, some of the operation that we have overseas are actually consolidated into our financial statement, but most of the investment actually came through equity income. So you see that the equity income from our investment in other countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, China, or even Thailand, we show on this page, and we've been getting quite good amount of equity income from affiliates, both from Cambodia, Vietnam, China, Indonesia, as well as Thailand. You see, and we hope that even though last year it seems like Vietnam has been a little bit dropped in terms of their performance. After we discussed with the team in Vietnam, we believe that this year Vietnam will improve and should be able to perform better than what happens in year 23, even though it wouldn't be as high as what we got in year 21 and 22, but it will improve considerably from last year. So I think affiliates equity income will contribute quite good comparing to year 23 to SCGJWD. Okay, let me jump a bit to the net profit. Okay, we closed the year with a net profit margin of 761.3 million baht. Out of that, actually, we have certain amount of one-time expense that happened last year due to the merger activities. We're paying advisory fee, we're paying the asset transfer, share transfer, all those process, as well as the severance pay to compensate for some of the employees that did not join us after the merging. So all in all, those amount of one-time expense is around 145.3 million baht. So if we extract those amount out and see the operating profit of the company, it would stay somewhere around 906.6 million baht. So that is quite good performance and hitting our target in terms of performance last year. This year, we believe that we will be able to grow our profitability more and through all the mechanisms that I mentioned before, as well as the M&A that we has been executed early this year, will contribute to the profitability of the company. In Q4 itself, we have 260.8 million baht of profit, and the net profit margin stays at 4.1% in Q4. We are trying to improve our profitability margin gradually every year from now through the synergy project, to the optimization and all those things. Hopefully, we'll be able to improve our profitability both from organic growth, inorganic growth, as well as the core synergy that we are building at the moment. Okay, I see some people has raised their hand, and I will try to conclude the presentation now. The financial position of the company has been quite strong, and the equity ratio and EBITDA ratio has been in very healthy condition. So we still have a lot of debt headroom. We have quite a good amount of cash reserve for investment, which we already done in February last month.
This session has come to the end. Thank you very much, investor and corporate, for joining the conference. If you do need further details, please feel free to drop us an email. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.